Oh my goodness, Olive! I love her. She's so cool. She looks incredible. Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my Star Sign Legacy Challenge. This is episode 16. We are just here with Olive and the gang at the moment on their last morning here in Selvadorada. They are all doing really well. They're feeling so energized, so refreshed. They've had an incredible time here in Selvadorada. Felix likes deception. Sure, okay. But they've had an excellent time and they've actually completed the mission that they came here to do, but their flight home isn't until tomorrow. So they are going to be enjoying their last day here in the jungle with each other. I'm thinking we might head back to the Omniscient Baths. So because they've all eaten now, I think we're just gonna get going and spend most of the day there. I think we might do a bit of like sunbathing, a bit of swimming, and then definitely this evening we're gonna, get drunk basically at the bar and enjoy, partying and yeah, just have a little bit of fun while we're here in Selvadorada. Like, they've done exactly what they came here to do. They had such a successful mission and they may as well just like let loose and have a little bit of fun. But something you may notice is that Ingrid is no longer poisoned, and that is because in the night we got a little notification. Ingrid was successfully able to overcome being poisoned and is feeling much better. She also got a moodlet that said Ingrid was almost poisoned, but her body naturally resisted. The poison was flushed out, thank goodness. I hadn't even realised that was a thing that could happen, but I'm really pleased because it means we don't have to fork out another 1,000 simoleons for another cure. But I'm really, I hadn't realised that that was a thing, but they're clearly all very happy about it and they're going off to celebrate. And because it's such a gorgeous day, Olive is going to spend a little bit of time at sunbathing to get a nice little tan, and of course she's going to do so in the nude because she wants the perfect tan. She has got shoes on, but don't worry, I have tested. She will not have the shoe lines or anything. It's just because of a mod I have, but she will have the perfect tan. And Ingrid has joined for some sunbathing as well. She has decided to do it in her swimming costume though. She's not as confident as Olive, but I am going to make sure that they both put on some sun cream so they do not burn, because that is not what we want at all. And Haven and Felix are just swimming around. Haven she's just back floating at the moment, whereas Felix is feeling super energized after everything, and he is just enjoying some time in the nice cooling or probably really warm waters that we've got over here. But I noticed this morning that Olive, she had a want to do something romantic, and then she also wants to woohoo with Felix. So I'm sure we can find some time for that today, but I just thought that was so funny. She also does want to tend the community garden. So I wonder if that's because she's thinking about moving in with everyone in Moonwood Mill. She's like, I want to make sure I pull my weight, I want to help everyone out, so she's thinking about helping them with the garden. She did notice that there was one there, so she's like, I'm going to help them with that when we get back, but for now I'm just going to relax and sunbathe. And this looks so nice and peaceful. Look at this. But definitely get in the water at some point as well, but for now we want to get this tan. He doesn't need to do this anymore, but Felix discovered that he does actually really enjoy doing all this like archaeology and excavating and everything like that. So he doesn't have to, but he has found a nice little dig spot, so he is giving it a go and seeing if he can find anything interesting and taking pictures. He's just found a new interest, I think, doing this. He was always kind of drawn to them and he was always wanting to go off and view them. So I really like the idea that, he's found a nice little hobby for himself to do. Look at this tan. Oh my goodness, Olive looks incredible. I am gonna have her get in. Oh no, she's been attacked by bees. Oh, she's got the flower. Yes, look at this. She's able to, I knew it was a good idea to keep that. Amazing. She was able to ward them off. So even though we have finished all like the exploration and stuff, there's still a risk that we're going to be attacked. So I'm pleased we do still have things in our inventory. But oh my goodness, she looks so good with this tan. She is going to do a little bit of swimming, and I might have maybe Haven come over, although the sun has actually covered this, so I'm going to move the towels over this way. Haven, I think, will probably sunbathe in the nude, so she is going to come over and sunbathe now. I like to think that maybe they brought these with them, so they have moved those over there, and then maybe Felix can come over as well. I reckon he will probably sunbathe in his current swimwear. And Ingrid, what are you up to? Oh, she's going all the way back to use the bathroom. Of course she is. She looks cute with her tan as well, but she was a lot more pale than Olive, so you can't really see it quite as well. But she's literally going all the way back. Girl, there's like bushes you could use instead. Olive looks so peaceful and so relaxed right now. Oh, I love this for her. They're having such a nice last day. And because they've been sunbathing and relaxing, oh no, it's a thunderstorm. Oh, I was gonna say they maybe can. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I've been completely thrown off. But these guys have been interrupted from their sunbathing, so they haven't been able to get the tan that they were after. But at least our Olive has, and I think we should probably head back now because you know it's a thunderstorm. We don't want to risk that. I think we'll probably head straight to the bar. The weather has taken a real turn for the worse, but that's okay. We have come to the bar because obviously our campsite is outside as well, so we don't really want to be outside. So we are coming inside. And it's only 3:30, but we don't mind. We're going to come and order some drinks for everyone. And I think it'd be quite cool if we could maybe learn a bit of the Selvadoradan culture. So we're going to have a chat with the bartender. I'm pretty sure this is the bartender we actually did woohoo with. But we're going to ask about the jungle, even though we have explored everything. We're going to anyway. And yeah, I just want to see if we get a little bit of a Selvadoradan culture skill. Mostly because I think it just makes sense for us to have developed a skill while we've been spending days here. So she has reached level 2 of the Selvadoradan culture skill. She can try the local salutation or Selvadoradian introduction. She'll be able to share pictures of her vacation here. That is amazing. So we are going to see what else we can learn, and I definitely like the idea of us using that introduction with a local as well. Olive is coming over to give Angelina a Selvadoradian introduction. Yeah, we don't really get along, but I don't mind so much. I just kind of want to work on this skill. Oh my goodness, she's reached level 3 already. She can perfect the salutation and she's unlocked Latin guitar songs. Oh, that is amazing. I'm really, really pleased about that because she does obviously have a strong interest in music. So we're going to see, can we do the local salutation? Did I miss it? I might have done. We'll just talk about the thunderstorm instead. So we're going to come over and try that again, I think. I think she's just talking to them. I don't think there's any like specific animation or anything, but do we want to donate to charity? We don't really have enough money for that. But she has learned how to make this drink now. That's amazing. But she is desperate for the toilet. So I know there's one upstairs, but is there one? Yeah, there's one closer. So she's going to come and use the bathroom quickly before she wets herself. Haven is just over here sobbing at the clumsy sisters. Right, okay, she just wanted a bit of time to herself, apparently. Whereas Felix and Ingrid are just spending a bit of time getting to know each other a little bit more because they weren't like overly close before this trip. So it's really nice that they can get to know each other. The thunderstorm is still going strong outside, so we are definitely making sure we stay in here. We've ordered ourselves another drink and we're just going to keep chatting with the bartender to work on this skill because it is actually new skill day. So this goes up really, really quickly. We're already halfway to level 4 and I think it is only a 5 level skill, but I love that Felix has come over to sit with us. Interestingly, he is getting a phone call from Cameron, and I do seem to remember that when Olive and Cameron had a little bit of a falling out, Felix didn't really want to get involved. So I do think maybe he has got a good friendship with her. She is asking if she should go on a date with Haruto Takahashi. So I think he's feeling really lustful and romanced up and everything at the moment. So I think he'd be like, yes, romance is in the air. He is definitely gonna encourage her to do that. And oh my gosh, she's talking about woohooing in the shower. I mean, she did want to woohoo, and there is a shower upstairs, so potentially they could go find their way into the shower at some point. Olive has picked up new moves to try out on the dance floor. She has also earned enough trust to inquire about local myths. Oh my goodness, I was hoping to unlock the dance skill mostly, to be honest, but let's see if we can find out a bit more about these local myths. I had her ask, but we didn't seem to get a pop-up or anything, or no moodlets, but I noticed she is feeling really chatty from being a little bit tipsy, which makes sense why she's asking so many questions. But I think she might come over now and dance the rumba sim, considering the fact she can, and I really want to see this because I have never ever had a sim develop this skill before, so it makes sense that it would be Olive of all sims. Here she goes dancing the rumba sim. You can tell that she's a little bit juiced up. Oh my goodness, look at her go. She is iconic. I love her. Oh, now she's going back to the normal moves, but she has inspired someone else. Oh my goodness, look at that sim. Eventually Olive will have that move, but She's just maxed the dancing skill. Of course she has. I love that for her. But I wanted to see her do some more of the like rumba sim moves. Oh, here she goes. Oh my goodness, look at her. She looks incredible. I love that she's got these in her repertoire now. But I think we might see if Felix wants to go upstairs and woohoo in the shower like we did suggest him earlier. She does want to woohoo with him. Of course he is not going to say no. He is already, well, he was feeling lustful. He was also feeling jealous again. I wonder if it's because she was talking with the bartender. He doesn't actually know that she woohooed with a bartender, but he doesn't really like it when she talks with anyone else. These guys have made their way into the bathroom and they're just having that little bit of woohoo like they had hoped for. And I have got the other two over here just, well, I had asked Haven to go over and grab herself some food because they are a little bit hungry, so they're going to have to brave this thunderstorm. So Ingrid, at the moment, I had asked her to haggle, but instead she has just straight up ordered food. That's fine, that's okay. These two have finished their shower woohoo and they have now come over to also haggle and order themselves some food. Olive seems to have lost her foot, but that usually fixes itself after a little while. But looks like Felix was able to get a discount and Olive usually is successful, but did you give up? No? Oh, she did. Okay, amazing. Come and grab yourself some empanadas and Felix, you can come over and... What? I thought it said he got it, but turns out he didn't actually haggle. It just had his picture there, which really threw me off. So he is going to have a go at haggling and it looks like he was not successful. Okay, well come over and order yourself some food as well. Ingrid has already eaten by the looks of it, so she has come inside to do a little dancing. I hadn't actually realised, but it is basically midnight. But they're not like overly tired because, well, Olive isn't. The others are, so we probably should head back. But I was going to say she's not overly tired, so we could stay a bit later. So I might even send these guys back because they are a little bit more sleepy, whereas she is like pretty rested. And she's like, oh, I'll join you guys later. I'm just going to stay here for a little bit longer and yeah, just enjoy my night. But they're more tired than she is. So once she finishes eating, I am going to have her come back inside and maybe do a little bit more dancing. Oh yes, I was hoping we'd see a few more of her rumba sim moves. Look at her go, honestly. I love this. Oh my goodness, Olive. I love her. She's so cool. She looks incredible. Look at her. She's definitely maxed that dancing skill, but I think we should probably head back to the campsite. It won't be too long until our early morning flights back to Moonwood Mill, but look at her with these moves. Oh my goodness, girl. Oh my goodness. It is officially time to end our vacation and head back to Moonwood Mill. I will be moving these guys back into their own households. We'll be continuing with just Olive, but we need to say goodbye to the Selvadorada jungle and head back to the community. We have made it back to Moonwood Mill and old Felix has given his dad a hug, which is really sweet. We're just having a bit of a chat with Ingrid at the moment, but we do need to make sure we find Colin and kind of give him an update on everything. Haven's already disappeared while Felix is just chatting with his dad, which is really, really sweet. But we're going to come over and invite Colin out and basically just let him know we're back. Obviously, I feel like Felix and Haven will probably have this conversation, but I'm not controlling them anymore. So Olive is going to do, you know, the filling in and everything. I suppose they've got their parents they want to catch up with, so we're going to come over. We're going to give him a hug. I feel like he'd probably initiate the hug, but obviously, again, I'm not controlling him. So he is just greeting Olive with a hug and welcoming her back, and he's asking how everything went, and she's just telling him how successful the whole mission was, and she is giving him everything they collected. So she is just showing him, and he's like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you actually found everything. And I think now that she's done this, she is actually gonna apply and be like, so does that mean, you know, I can officially be part of the group, I can officially be a member? And he's like, yes, of course, you have passed everything that we wanted you to do, you've done an amazing job. Felix and Haven were updating me the whole time, and you definitely have, you know, you've got our approval, you can be part of the group now. So Olive is officially a member of the Moonwood Misfits now. She's in so many clubs. I like the idea of her showing pictures of Selvadorada to Colin as well, and she can talk about the great holiday. Obviously it's not like a holiday of sort, but she is going to see it as one. I just feel like it was such a good time, and he is really pleased to see how successful everything was. And she's like, so what now? Oh my god, woohoo in a hot tub? No, girl, no. But she's like, so what now? Like, that is done. Is that everything? Do we just kind of go about things? And he's like, well, obviously we still need to, you know, upkeep the community, make sure everything stays running. So everything you've got me is like really, really helpful, and it's going to do us so well, and we can definitely afford a few more things now. And she's showing him off some inventions. I love her. But he's gonna be like, so I actually do have one more thing I need you to do, but I'm gonna talk to you about that later. I just need to speak to Tara first before we can like sort everything out. So I'll get back to you later on. And Olive's like, can you tell me a little bit more about it? And he's like, Olive, come on, we spoke about this before you left for Selvadorada. I will tell you things when it's necessary. When I have that information for you, you will know. But for now, I need to go and see Tara. And she's like, okay, fine. He's feeling playful because still got it. You see, I'm sometimes a bit of a people pleaser. I've got these social interactions on lock. That is so funny. I love that. But I think what we need to do is we're going to come over and actually say hi to Ingrid again. I nearly clicked bold pickup line. We're not going to do that. Even though she is feeling lustful, we're not going to be doing that. We need to have a chat with her. And woohoo, honestly, girly, I don't think you're straight. She gets so many like interests in like female sims and male sims, and I have a feeling I don't think she's straight. Honestly, she wants to kiss her hands now. Olive, are you sure you're straight? Because I don't think you are. I might have her ponder her orientation again, because she keeps on like wanting to do romance with Ingrid, and I swear she has with other female sims in the past as well. So I'm gonna see if this changes anything. Olive is allo-romantic, bi-romantic, allosexual, and bisexual. Okay, I feel like that definitely fits her. I feel like she was only ever with male sims before, and I love that Felix is just over here. He's like, hey, even though we've just spent 4 days with each other, can I hang out with you? But I do feel like bisexual fits her pretty well, so I'm really pleased that she actually got that. When she pondered her identity, she's gonna come over and just grab herself a bit of food though, because she is a little bit peckish, and I think she's gonna have a chat with Felix about what Colin said. She's like, he told me there's like, I'm officially part of the group now, which is super exciting, but he told me there's still something else. And he won't tell me what. He needs to speak to your mum first about it, actually. So, do you know anything about what it might be? Have you been told anything yet? And I think Felix is just gonna say he hasn't heard anything yet. He's obviously only just got back, and he's only spoken to his dad. He hasn't actually seen his mum. But that makes sense, I suppose, if she is going to be meeting with Colin. But he's like, tell me when you hear anything, and I'll let you know if I hear anything as well. And Olive is a bit like, well, do you know what it might be about? What he wants us to tell us? Because obviously we've just got back from this mission. Surely there can't be another so soon. And Felix like, I have no idea. I told you, like, this is the way it is. They tell us when it comes to it. He just hasn't told us anything yet, but he will. Don't worry. And they've stopped chatting now after that. I suppose it was a little bit awkward where he's just like, dude, stop asking questions. He will tell you when the time comes. So they did stop chatting, and Colin is like, I'm gonna head out now. I didn't even realise you were still here, but he's like, I do need to go over and speak to Tara. And it looks like Kira is actually here. She's not looking very are we a foodie? No, she's not a foodie just because she had one bowl of watermelon salad. But it looks like Kira is actually here, and she's looking really sad. I wonder if she's still missing Summer. Obviously, you know, everyone kind of left. There weren't many people here, and she's obviously gone through a massive loss recently. So we're gonna come and say hi to her. It's really sweet that she came over, actually. We're gonna bestow our empathy with her and see how she's doing. Maybe we will inquire about her mood as well. Oh, I don't think we need to now because she is feeling fine. So we are just gonna have a chat with her, see how things were since we've been. We're gonna tell her an outrageous story, and let's see if we can come and show her some photos as well about Selvadorada. I love that we can show pictures of Selvadorada. She's like, look at all these cool pictures that we took. It was such an amazing adventure. We had such a good time. She's talking about the great holiday as well. I did actually put Olive's little alien that she found in the jungle in her room over here. So that is just over there. And we're getting a phone call about paying off our student loans. And to be honest, I think what I might do is have her pay off a decent amount now. But then I do think if we get another phone call, I'm going to do what I did with Ezra and get her to take out a SimCity loan and pay off all of her student debt in one go and then slowly pay off the other one, because it does get annoying. But I'm going to see. Maybe it was just a glitch in that save. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it won't keep happening with Olive as well. And I did forget that we were actually talking with Ingrid. So she's just hanging out by the fire, but I think we're going to come over and see how she is. Check in on her after the I was gonna say vacation. It wasn't really a vacation. It was like the trip, see how she's doing, because obviously she had a really tough time. She definitely suffered the most out of everyone. So we're gonna offer her a listening ear and just make sure that she's doing all right. And she was also feeling pretty homesick as well. So we're like, are you pleased that you're back here with everyone now? I kind of love that Ingrid is being perceived as extremely attractive. I feel like she's kind of Olive's sexual awakening, because she was the one who made her realize that she's bisexual. I kind of really love that. So we are just chatting with her at the moment and just checking in with her, and I do think Olive is probably going to ask her a little bit more. Kira, why have you just destroyed that? That is your nephew's. Oh my goodness. But I do think we want to maybe speak to her a little bit about what she told us about Ellie when we were in the jungle. She obviously was very tired, but she told us everything she knew, and now Kira is coming over as well. So maybe she knows something potentially. We're going to have a deep conversation with Kira and with Ingrid, and we are getting a phone call about these student loans. Right, okay. So I am definitely going to have to pay them all off on a loan. I'm going to pay it off a bit more now, and then I will be getting her a student loan. Felix is heading off, and yeah, we're just going to have a bit of a chat and see if we can find out any more about Ellie, because we found out that she was a part of the community before us, and we basically replaced her, essentially. And Ingrid told us everything that she knew, but she only recently kind of joined before Olive. She joined, and then what's her name, Ellie, left straight after, and Colin is there. Maybe he's got the news ready for us, but for the moment we're just chatting with Kira, so we'll have to check in with him later. But Kira has been here for a lot longer, so we're going to see if she knows anything. Kira tells Olive that they don't really talk about Ellie anymore, and it's for the best not to bring her up in front of everyone. And Olive asks why this is, but Kira says it's better to keep quiet for now. Olive is asking why this is, why is it kept so quiet? She doesn't really understand, but Kira is saying, well, why don't you and Ingrid come over later tonight and I'll tell you more. I just don't feel comfortable talking about this right now in the middle of the day, out in the open. She has even left the conversation because she's feeling really awkward right now, but Olive isn't going to press her for any more answers. She is confused, obviously, but she's like, I'm gonna get my answers tonight. She's promised to tell me more then, so I guess I'll stop talking about it now. She has come back over to join us, so maybe she just needed a moment away for some reason, which is really interesting. But I think Olive is going to say goodbye to the girls, especially if she's going to see them later tonight, because she did see that Colin was hanging out around her door. So Olive is actually going to go over and visit the unit. She's just going to go by herself and see if she can catch Colin. She's like, I saw you hanging outside my door earlier. Sorry, I was just chatting with the others, just checking in with them. But what was it you actually wanted to talk about? And so Olive has made it to Colin's house. For some reason, the walls are being really weird. The last time we went to Haven and Felix's, I can't put the walls down and there's no wallpaper, but we're going to ignore that for now. And we are just going to have a chat on the sofa with Colin and find out what he wanted to tell us. Colin says, I know this might sound bad, but I promise there's a reason we're going to ask you to do this. So we needed you to complete a villainy degree so you could understand the inner workings of how opposing sides might work. And you absolutely amazed us with how well you understood that assignment. You stood out in Selvadorada too. Felix and Haven told us how you basically carried the team through the jungle and the temple. You really impressed us, but the next thing we need you to do is quite risky. We need you to go undercover and join a gang, and we can trust you to do this. You'll be well paid as a member, and we'll be here for you in the community the whole time, but you need to join this so that we can take the team down from the inside. To make this whole thing worth it, we really need you to agree, so will you? Olive asks if she's got some time to think about it, but Colin says not really. They need someone to accept by the end of the day. We really want it to be you, Olive. You're the perfect candidate for the position. And Olive considers it for a moment, but then she thinks, what's the harm? She's got the degree, she knows how these people think now, she's faced the jungle, and she has the support of the community, so there's no harm in going undercover if she knows that they have her back here. So Olive is actually going to be joining the criminal career. She will become a getaway driver as a way of going undercover. She will be making a decent amount of money as promised, and she won't be working tonight because it's too late, but her first shift will be tomorrow night. She'll be working 8 p.m. till 3 a.m. So she has agreed. She's got a signing bonus for agreeing to that. She obviously has quite low mischief and handiness skills, but she has agreed to stop trying to woohoo with everyone, Olive. Oh my goodness. But she has agreed to accept this next mission. She's like, thank you for thinking of me. I won't let you down. I promise I will do everything you need me to. I noticed that Olive has got a bored moodlet from I Want a Vacation to. Hearing about another Sims vacation gave Olive a longing for workless days at home, at the beach, in the jungle, or camping in the woods. Girl, you've literally just got back off a vacation. I suppose it was quite a mission as well. But she has finished meeting with Colin now, so she is probably going to head back home. She will go and visit Kira later this evening with Ingrid, but for now she will head back to her own place and get settled. She's not really spent much time in her new home, so yeah, I think we'll probably spend a little bit of time here, and then maybe we'll head to Kira at about 11. Harry is calling for a chat. We'll definitely have a conversation with our brother. We miss our family. We'll definitely have to hang out with them soon. We might have a big event coming up very, very soon to see all our family again, but I'll talk a bit more about that later on. I do think maybe until we head out, I might have Olive come over and maybe play some guitar, because she hasn't really worked on that one very well. And if she's learned how to do like, what was the song she learned to do? She learned how to do something in the jungle, but she's not had the chance to actually practice them because her skill is not high enough. And I know we still have a bunch of stuff in our inventory from Selvadorada, but I couldn't just give them all over to Colin, and I didn't want to keep doing gifts over and over again. So I will sort this out off camera, so just pretend you don't see this for now. Perry has spread some juicy gossip about his daughter. Of course he has. He never disappoints. I love that. But she's like, oh my goodness, I haven't played in so long. I am so rusty. She's never quite mastered the guitar, but she is so determined. Even though she's got all of this going on in her personal life, she does still want to focus on her music as and when. She obviously has her own little keyboard now as well, so she'll be able to practice that at some point too. But for now, she's just going to focus on her guitar. She's luckily not too tired or anything. And I also noticed, I thought she had Wednesdays and Saturdays off. It turns out she only works Wednesdays and Saturdays. So she will be going to her first shift on Wednesday night, her first night undercover as a getaway driver. Olive has taken her talents into the mean streets, rocking getaway cars up on two wheels, hugging corners, running from cops. This stuff would make pretty exciting video game. So yeah, that is her job. She's the driver for this gang, and she feels pretty safe. She feels pretty supportive by everyone. So yeah, let's hope that is the case. Olive managed to get her guitar to level 3, which is amazing. She's feeling so happy. But I think because it's 10:30, it's a little bit later now. We are going to head over to Kira's. So she lives here. We have made it to Kira's with Ingrid. So we are going to come in and say hi to her. Don't dive for thrills. Olive is honestly obsessed. Just because you've realised you're bi now doesn't mean you can just like try and woohoo with everyone. Right, let's come in. Let's have a chat with these two. So Olive asks Kira what there is to know about Ellie, and she only knows what Ingrid has said. And Kira says that Ellie was a member of the community before even she and Summer joined with Ivan. Ellie was so close with Colin. He was like her dad, and she and Felix were just teens when Kira met them. But they'd been flirting for a while, and the chemistry between them was undeniable. They started dating and were together for the longest time. Something must have happened though, because Ellie was around less and less. She wasn't as cheerful and seemed to avoid spending time with everyone as a group. She and Felix started arguing more, and then, just like Ingrid said, she was gone one day. No explanation, no goodbyes, just gone. Summer tried asking Colin, but he refused to talk. He told her it was none of her business and that she shouldn't get involved. And honestly, ever since that day, my opinion of Colin has gone down. He was so rude to Summer. I tried speaking to Tara and Colt, but Colt was clueless, and Tara basically ignored me. I could see that Felix was upset and didn't want to make it worse, so I spoke with Haven. She said that Ellie and Felix broke up, and Ellie thought it was for the best that she leave to not make things more awkward. I believe that's true, but I do also believe there's more to it than that, and I know Summer was just as curious. She was so smart, she knew that that wouldn't be the only reason for Ellie to leave. No one could contact Ellie and no one knew where she went, and we obviously had little Ivan to focus on, so we couldn't investigate. We just sort of forgot about her. It wasn't important, and she wasn't mentioned again until now. Olive wonders what happened between Felix and Ellie, but Kira warns her not to speak to Felix about it. He would get mad every time her name was brought up and storm off. Olive says that if they can't speak to Felix about it, then they'll have to speak to Ellie about it. But the girls remind Olive that they don't have contact details for Ellie and they don't know where she is. And Olive says that's true, but Ingrid bumped into Ellie outside of the community before. Maybe she's gone back to that same place. There must be a reason she was there to begin with. Maybe she returned. And the girls consider what Olive says, and Ingrid says that she wants answers too. She knows where Ellie could be if Olive is right, and maybe tomorrow they could go and investigate and try to find her. And Kira is very keen on this idea too, but she says that obviously she does have to focus on Ivan, so if these two want to go and actually find Ellie, keep her in the loop, but she might have to stay here to look after her nephew. And Olive says that she's definitely keen, but they might have to go another day because she has a wedding to attend to tomorrow. And so on this note, I will be ending the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. In the next episode, Rosemary and Cody will be getting married. So Olive has a trip to Mount Komorebi to make, and then we need to see if we can find Ellie. So I hope you're all excited for the next episode. I'm definitely excited to record it. If you did enjoy this one though, make sure to leave a like and comment down below and let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It'll mean so much to me, and I will speak to you all in another video. Bye everyone!